You're listening to Support Creative Souls podcast, highlighting and supporting inspiring creatives, plus a few shoe stories to help kick up your innovative journey. Hosted by me, Stefani V.
What's up, guys? We are back, Support Creative Souls, and as you can see, we are at a new location tonight. This is called Bar 2200. It's a new up-and-coming bar, and we're excited to give you something more live. And as you can see, my guest is a little bit late.
I'm here. I'm so sorry, girl. You know, black folks be late for stuff, and then I have to get a little libation. Black folks always show up with food and drinks and be like, I'm sorry, I'm late.
Well, we are at the bar tonight. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, let me introduce myself.
Obviously, you're a comedian.
Allow myself to introduce myself. So my name is Corlis DeLauren. I've been back in Houston for about a year now. Born and raised, though. What's up, H? But ultimately, I'm a comic, and I'm trying to get this adult scene happening for Bar 2200 especially. So I want to bring a comedy night on Thursday. I want to have live music in here. I want people to come to Bar 2200 and just want to relax and chill and hookah and do all the fun things that adults like to do when they're relaxing.
So tell us why you chose comedy. Like, I know I've known you for a while, and I know you're great at many things. And so it surprised me that you ran with comedy is like your number one.
I think this is the thing. I was off track. I was off track. I just got on down.
A lot of us go off track. Like I feel like I just got married and I feel like I'm off track. So being off track is okay.
Off track gets you lined back up. That's what I say. But that doesn't make any sense. Right. I like to make up cliche phrases. So what happened is this. A girl was in college, a girl was doing theater, a girl was not getting anywhere. And then all of a sudden I kept, God, I feel like God speaks to you. And he'll give you little moments where he's trying to speak directly to you. And I would have it through friends. I've been blessed with great friends that are dependable, and all of them would say the same thing. Oh, you're so funny, you should be a comic, And the thought a couple of years ago would terrify me, and it did.
Yeah.
But something life altering happens, makes you reevaluate where your steps are taking you, where you're going. And I finally decided to listen to what I was hearing consistently, and it opened up so many doors for me.
It's just like little bitty signs that you think you know, but it's just you need that somebody to keep saying it.
Yeah, it was like the first
reaffirming it.
2 or 3, you're like, no.
Right.
And then the fifth, the fourth, I put 5 before 4, but that's what order it came in. Obviously, I would not have been a chemist or a mathematician. Right. So it really was for me. I'm sorry, but ultimately, what it was for me is that it was just consistently someone speaking to me, and that I actually took seriously. And then one last instance was somebody that had just met me, and I was sad that day, and they were just like, "You should be a comic. You're so funny." And I was like, "What?" And I had to listen at that point.
Yeah.
And ever since then, Steph, it's been a snowball effect. I literally put my foot in just the toe. And then somebody was like, hey, we like you. Hey, we this. Yeah. Then I got MTV. Then I got, I did television. That's not really funny. But I murdered somebody. It was awesome.
That's one of my favorites.
Everybody likes a good murder mystery.
Right.
So I got all these different deals from just saying I was a comic and getting up on stage. And, I mean, honestly, all my material is from being a minority, being poor and black in America, and I tell stories in that perspective.
And that's kind of like where the creativity comes from. Like when you sit down and you start thinking that you're poor. No, I'm joking.
I'm so poor. I stole this pen.
Exactly.
So yeah, it basically was that.
Do you have a team of people that help you think of jokes, or like?
No, I don't. That's not in the budget.
Yeah.
I appreciate you thinking that I could have a budget.
I mean, I've helped out in some. I know your sister's helped, but that's what I mean.
You guys
team doesn't mean people you're paying.
Oh my bad. I'm so
that got your back.
I was thinking, I'm sorry, I'm thinking white and I'm thinking money.
Team can be different things. Okay?
Yeah, I do have a team of people that I steal material from, my sisters and my friends.
Well, that's a start.
Yes.
But you know,
I gave her $1.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They're there for support. I mean,
Yeah.
if all the support that my family is giving me and all the different things, you know, like I can still call them part of my team, even though
I mean,
they don't help.
Look, you preaching to the choir right now.
Yeah,
Look, I know I owe my mama millions of dollars, but I think I owe all of my sisters and my brother another meal. Okay, like it's
Hey,
sad.
but at least you have those supporters, because some people don't even have those people.
Exactly.
And so just when you put your toe in, you know that no matter what, they're gonna think you're funny.
Yeah.
You know, until somebody finally says, you know what, your jokes just
maybe
we should consider something.
Right.
And I think I'm funny in myself.
You are
Okay,
funny,
I think I'm really funny, and I've
still a
often
lot of
thought about being a comedian, and then then it really just hits me like nobody would laugh at a dang thing.
This is the thing. Let me tell you something. For anybody that's watching right now, if you're listening to what she's saying, I'm going to tell you something really quickly. The fear that you're feeling right at that moment when someone says, hey, what if you got up on stage and did jokes?
Yes,
is the unpreparedness of it.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to talk about, so you're completely petrified.
Right.
Literally, if you erased my mind and was like, hey, Corlis, I need you to get on stage and do comedy. Even if I remember that I was a comic, I would be petrified because I have nothing to talk about. So when you prepare, what happens is that fear turns to excitement. Your nerves turns into positive energy where you're like, I'm ready to get out there and see if people.
Well, I've felt that through, like I told you, like I felt that through music, because I know I went to one of your shows the other day, and you were like, they said keep going, and I were like, oh no, I keep going. Like that's when someone says, can you sing another 3 songs, and you're like, my repertoire said I have 5 songs.
I didn't with my pamphlet.
Yeah,
my pamphlet.
Another 2 songs. I'm breaking out Selena. You know, I'm breaking out Selena.
Yeah.
So it's like. You're right. As long as you're prepared and you got, okay, let me get this many extra just in case they ask me for something else. Right. But that's always, you got to have all that material.
And because this is the thing. After 40 minutes, which I got stopped at 40 minutes, material, y'all were going to see me in my rough draft stage.
And that's okay.
And it was going to be a lot of explicatives, and it was going to be a lot of just stories that don't have any jokes in them. So all of my stuff starts as a story, and all of my stuff starts from darkness. So I'll give you an example because you kind of know my set a little bit. There's one story that I talk about being locked in a guy's bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's one of my stronger jokes.
I relate to that one.
Yes, a lot of women do relate to it because really, to be honest with you, when it was happening in New York at that very moment,
nobody locked me in a bathroom. Not that I relate to it that way.
Okay, someone locked me. This is gonna change this whole show around. Somebody. So, anyways, I got locked in this guy's bathroom in New York, and I realized that I had told no one where I was.
Right.
And at that very moment when it was happening, I was completely scared. I'm talking like the scare where your tears are in the corners of your eyes and you're like, why did I do this to myself? And then you're trying to find things, random objects in the bathroom to hit them over the head with to fight for your life. And so what ends up happening with most comics is the darkness. You make a resolution in yourself. You kind of come at peace with yourself about the situation you were in or whatever you felt, and then you make it funny. That is my way to deal with with negative things. Is I make it into a joke. So that's what most comics are.
That's great advice.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So what are some of the challenges as a female comic?
I'm gonna give you 2. I'm gonna just give you 2 because it's 3 million of them, but I'm gonna give you 2.
Let's just do 2.
They definitely don't take you seriously as a female initially.
And it's funny how you can say they don't take you seriously when it's comedy. You know what I mean?
Well, I know that is a weird. What is that? Not a double entendre.
But should it be maybe they don't respect you enough to say?
Yeah, let me say respect, because that's basically what it is. You get up on stage and they almost are even walking off, and it really what happens is the crowd. One thing that I love about Houston's comedy scene is you actually have a real audience in front of you doing your new material, your practice stuff that you're not ready to present, but it's actual people coming to watch you. And so the only way you earn their respect is because you make the room light up.
Yeah.
And then they come up to you later and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do set. Like, I did this set 5 times in front of you, you telling me nothing. But now that I'm making everybody laugh, then you're trying to
mean the male comedians.
The male comedians. Yeah. Now, I hate to make it about women and men, but ultimately it is. It's just a male-dominated community, which most jobs are. And to be a female, you have to really go in and not have a sensitive like backbone at all. You have to be like, I don't care what they think. I don't care what they think. I'm going to keep going.
Which is typical for a lot of different things women have to go through. We always have to take that first step in, especially when it's male dominated.
Yeah.
To have and to continue to have the strength to keep doing what you want to do.
And then the other part that's kind of like a back of that is that they think that when you are good, you're just auditioning to be their girlfriend.
Right.
So you're like, oh, I really just wanted you to see me so you can see if I was attractive enough, and then I would just probably help you with your career and never do any of my own stuff anymore. And that's like the most heartbreaking thing, I think, because they're basically telling you that women don't really have a place on stage except for to audition to be a girlfriend, and then it's over.
But they have to see that now with a lot more leading female comedians, that's just like kind of slowly starting to fade out, even though it's still.
You gotta keep reminding them.
Yeah.
People got short-term memory, so you can see Tina Fey all you want to. You can see Issa. You can see all those wonderful people. I even put Kathy Griffin in there because I think she was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most shoulders. But you still have to keep hitting them over the head because they forget.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because we're hitting them over the head, but ultimately that's the problem. Yeah, it's a typical guy situation.
So where do you see your path now? Like, do you shape your path according to like what other female comedians are doing? Like, or do people say, oh, you remind me of this, or you remind me of this person, and you're thinking about going this route or that route?
I'm gonna quote. I know I just talk crap about guys, but I'm gonna quote Denzel. I'm sorry, I just looked at your room. No, I just got off track. I was like, let's talk about pear-shaped diamonds for a minute. I'm gonna quote Denzel. You do what you have to do what you want to do. So for me, and that's a horrible, I did not do that verbatim, but Denzel said that and it kind of stuck with me. So for me, my goal right now is to shake a drink up.
Yeah, we're at a bar, guys, so everybody mind in the background.
I really want to get myself exposed. To everybody, anybody that will see me and listen, and so that's been happening. I've been praying a lot about it. I've been wanting this in my heart to travel and to just do all kinds of shows across the country. And slowly but surely, I think God is developing my skill set to where I'm going to be such a strong comic that I can go into any region of the United States in another country and still perform in a solid, good comic material type of format. So that's what I'm going for.
Well, I definitely see that for you. I've been telling you I've seen that for you. So I know that whatever, and I've seen you grow just from being in New York, being in LA, and really keep key and tone your craft.
Yes.
And that's why John and I love to come see you, because even though we already know some of the jokes and stuff, but we like to see like people's reactions toward them, or like, what is, she said penis, is somebody gonna get mad? John loves that too, so it's like, it's exciting for us to watch you grow as a comedian.
I have different friends for different reasons, so you and John will do that for me, but then I have like my brother, and then like this girl, Crystal, that we've been friends with since we were little. She kind of looks at the audience and is like, that person ain't laughing. No, why you not laughing on it? They ain't laughing.
Well, so the other day, this one guy was not laughing behind us, and of course he spoke Spanish or something. I was like, why would people gotta be hating on these things? Like, I had to turn around and be like, sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down. There's my friend up there. Okay, laugh at the joke,
You gotta have your security guard working for you in the middle of the show. You might have to just beat somebody up. You know what I'm saying?
So tell us, where is your next show? But before you do that, this is Follow My Feet. So we talk about, I would love for you to be a mentor for other young comedians out there.
Oh, I thought you were about to make me show my toes. I was like,
No.
child.
Well, we do normally show our shoes
No,
on
please,
here,
and
I got me on some little boots. If you can see, Corlis ain't showing her feet. So.
Look, I told y'all was a comment, and I said it wasn't in the budget.
But this goes with, don't follow her real feet, just follow her path. If that makes sense.
Follow my mind.
Exactly.
Is at
So
that
we'd
top.
love for you to tell us what is your favorite go-to shoe. Like, you know, if you had to run out the door or you thrown together an outfit, what is your go-to shoe?
I have these platformed, they're like made out of suede, and they're platformed, and they're kind of like I call them witchy shoes because they have laces on them. But like if you wear like a pencil skirt or even like a really slim fit jean or anything, they just look like, they make you look very together. And I don't know, I stole them out of Mama's closet, so I'm not really sure. I do steal from my family members. I took them out of Mama's closet, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know where she got these shoes from, but they're bad. Like, they're perfect. They just go with anything I put on. So
Okay, well, there you go. So we ask everybody this as part of the Follow My Feet movement, which is a mentorship program that I'm putting together. It says, what would you tell a young creative who is currently where you were 5 years ago? And if you need me to repeat that, I can, because...
That's a great question, because I think it's something that people need to hear over and over again, and hopefully somebody will repeat it back to me later. I would say try to zone out the negative energy that will tell you to do something safe. Because really, to be honest with you, the reason why I'm right where I am right now is because I tried to play it safe. And I was afraid to be really good, and I was afraid to say that I was different. And and that's really, I really should have said this earlier, but ultimately that was really one of the main reasons why I got into comedy, is because I had an anxiety attack. Because I'm actually smart. It doesn't seem like it right now, but I actually am pretty decent with science and thought. Sure you are.
All the Hendersons are very smart.
But I was a biology major, and I was going to be a pathologist, and I was going to have a paycheck, and I was going to live the life that I was supposed to live in, and I was like, oh yeah, and I do other stuff from the side. But honestly, when God puts something in your heart, it's no denying it. And I had an anxiety attack. And I was so afraid. And my sister, thank God I have the family that I have. Thank God I have the friends that I have. I had the anxiety attack, and my older sister Kara grabbed all of my stuff, and she enrolled me into another school quickly. And then I was on my way. Now, I'm not saying I didn't get thrown off track. But what I am saying to all young people that are out there trying to pursue their dreams, do not allow yourself to get afraid of being an individual, being creative. Don't allow people to tell you to be safe, because safe will have you at home mad and reluctant, and you don't want to be there.
And I think a lot of young people do need to hear that, because they don't know what they're good at yet. And they may think that that's too hard. Their parent is telling them that. I struggle with that. A lot of them don't even know what they're passionate about yet, you know. So, but the key is to not be safe, to where, don't be uncomfortable. Don't be too comfortable. Like, really live your dream, because you can make it happen. And there's people that are going to support you. And Corlis is going to be a mentor. So if you want to be a comedian and you need help and you want to know how she's doing it, how she did it, reach out to Follow My Feet, and we'll get her in contact with you.
Yes, I love this.
So Corlis, this is your 5-second Instagram, YouTube, next show, go.
Oh, okay. So follow me on Instagram at Corlis DeLauren. It is French. I'm just kidding. Oh wait, I wasted my time. This weekend I have a show. March 23rd at the Comedy Hub in the Rec Room. It's Women of History. I'm going to be talking with Joan of Arc. I have a 20-minute set myself, but I'm going to be going back and forth with Joan of Arc. Yeah, the woman that died during the French Revolution. She's come back to life, guys. She is a zombie. And I'm going to be speaking with her, talking about things that she dealt with as a female trying to lead an army to victory. And ultimately, I do have a show at the Improv called Jokes for Justice, because it's going to be talking, we're trying to raise money for cops that have been injured in the line of duty and raise money for their families to get their children into school and whatnot. And I do believe in Black Lives Matter, but I also believe in supporting people that take our security into consideration, because I can walk and chew gum at the same time, folks. So come out to the Improv April 3rd. And come out to Comedy Hub Rec Room March 23rd. You're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun, full of laughs. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks so much, Corlis, for joining us today. Again, we are at Bar 2200. It is coming, it is popping, and we'll have more of the info on the website and everything, where it is, location, openings. We also want to say thank you to our sponsors, Comida Caliente Salsa, and Fragrances of Wine. Thanks again for joining us, Corlis. It has been awesome, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
That's all for Support Creative Souls podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next time and make sure and follow us on social media at Support Creative Souls.